Hello everyone, welcome back again to another video. In today's video, we will be learning about the Linux command line interface, also known as the CLI. Don't worry if this is your first time, we will be learning the basics and how to navigate the Linux CLI. Alright, okay, without wasting your time, let's begin. Okay guys, welcome to the Linux CLI tutorial. So we are going to begin by opening our terminal. Right now, the first command we are going to begin it is the popular ls command, which lists files and directory in the current working directory. So let's quickly do that. Ls. As you can see, we have some directories here. We have the desktop, document, download, music, pictures, public, snap, template, videos. All right. Now let's try and make our directory. Okay, so I will type in the following command, make directory like this. Then we'll give it the name. In this case, I will call it a test directory. Okay, as you can see, we have successfully made the directory. So we are going to list it again to see our directories. Yes, we have it. Now to move to the directory, we will use the cd command, cd test, mistake with the name, test. Okay. Now we are currently in the directory. Okay, we can also print our current working directory by typing in the pwd. Okay, it shows we are /home/plonk/test directory. All right, so now let's make a file, because as you can see, this directory is empty. So let's make a file and say test file. So to make a file, we'll use the touch command, touch, let's say test file.test. Okay, when we issue the command lx, we see we have a test file, but there's nothing inside. So usually you can actually edit a file by using test editors like Nano, Vim, Mousepad. All right, let's use echo to add some text to the file. So I'll type in the echo command and say this is just a test file to the test file, which brings us to the next command, which is cat. Basically, the cat command is used to display content of a file. So we type in the cat command, and the file we want to display the content, which is test. As you can see, this is just a test file. Good. Okay, moving on. Let's try and remove the directories and the files within. Okay, so I'll move back a bit, and then let's try and remove this test directory. So remove test. As you can see, we cannot remove it because the test directory is a directory. So to be able to remove it, we have to force it. So we are going to type the rm/rof, which is to force the remove. Then we give it the directory, which is test. As you can see, we have successfully removed the directory. So let's list. We no longer have the test directory. Okay. Moving on, the next command would be head. Let's use head first, because what head does, it displays the first few lines of a file, probably I think the first 10 lines. So let's try that with the etc passwd file. Okay, let's say head etc. In case if you don't know, what the etc passwd file stores the user account information. Okay, now with the take command, you get the last 10 lines. Okay, so let's try that out. Here we are going to use the same etc password file. Okay, in this case we are getting the last 10 line. Of course, you can modify it to get, let's say in this case we need the last 15 lines, so you give it the -n and 15. If you want the last, say 20 lines, same thing, you can modify it to get the result you want. Okay, that is for the head and tail. So moving on, we also have the uname command. What the uname does is it shows the system information. In this case, let's say uname. You can give it the -a command. As you can see, we are in Linux, Ubuntu. These are the complete information of this system that we are. Now we can also check the login user by using the whoami command. So the whoami command, as you can see, the user is Splunk. We can also get the ID, the user ID, by typing the ID. As you can see, this is the user ID, the group ID, and the groups that the Splunk is part of. Okay, guys. The next command would be the ifconfig, or IPA. These two commands actually does the same thing. Okay, if you want to use the IF command, you can use it, or the IPA. They basically does the same thing by showing you your network information, the IPv4 address, the MAC address, and the IPv6 address. Okay. Now, we can also test for network connectivity by testing for live host, or if a destination host is reachable by using the ping command, like say ping 1.1.1. And you can even modify it. For example, you want, let's say ping 1.1.1. We want it to ping the hope, let's say 2 times. We'll give it like this, 2, and it's going to attempt to ping and stop. Okay. Of course, you can make it even up to 10, 15, depending on your need. Okay, that can be modified. All right, let's use the net start command. The net start command actually is to show network status, like active network connection, port, routing table, interface statistic, etc. So let's use a net start. Of course, there's quite a lot of information here. If you want to learn more about net start, you can use a net start help. Okay, you get the explanation of what they are doing. But in my case, I want to try and check for, let's say, unknown listening port or a suspicious IP address. So to do that, I will say net start. Then I'll give you the following option, like TULNP. In this case, it's showing me the protocol is either TCP or UDP, the received queue, the sent queue, the local address, which is my local host, as you can see, and the foreign address, which is the white card 0.0.0. The state is listening. This is the process ID or the program name. Here we have nothing. All right. Now to list the running processes in the system, we could either use PS stop or stop. Okay. All right. So now let's use stop. Let's use a PS. Sorry. Okay. PS now it displays some of the running processes, not all. We have the process ID. This is the numerical value of the process. The time, the command, we have a bash, and the process command we just type. Now to get a detailed information, we can either use the PS-EF. Okay. As you can see, the output is different. We got more information about the processes that are running. We could either count how many processes are running by, let's say, combining it with the word count. As you can see, we have 318 processes running. Now, let's try and use stop and see. Good. Which brings us to the next command, which is the apt command. Basically, the apt, or the advanced package tool, is needed to install application in Linux, either to install, remove, reinstall, and do whatever with packages. Let's say apt-help. As you can see, apt is a command line package manager and provide command for searching and managing, as well as querying information about packages. The most used command, we have the apt list, search, show, install, reinstall, remove, and do whatever you want. In this case, we don't have the stop installed. If we want to install the stop, we can simply do so by typing apt install stop. Then I'll give it my password, of course. All right, the stop is being installed. This will take a while. Okay, that's completed. So let's try and see stop. Cool. Okay, these are some other way to look at the processes that are running. All right, moving on with the next command is the wget. Actually, the wget command is used to download the file from the internet or from a remote host. All right. In this case, I will spin up a Python web server in my Kali box, and we will test how to download the file from the internet. In this case, let's use my Kali box. And I think I do have a file here. Okay, the secret.txt. Now I will spin up the Python web server. Okay, we are serving an HTTP server in port 8000. And let me quickly check the IP. All right, back to the Ubuntu box. Let's quickly download the secret.txt file. Now we are going to use the wget command. So like this, wget. I will give it the IP address of the Kali box. I think I've forgotten it. Let me quickly go back. Okay, 139 on port 8000. Then the file is secret.txt. Okay, let's keep the file in this directory. So it has downloaded successfully. Okay, we now have the secret.txt file. Let's try and read the content. All right. It end up. This is not actually a secret anyway. The content is okay. One last command for today would be the history command, which basically show us every command that we have run. Okay, let's type in the history command. As you can see, these are all the command we have run. Of course, there are more. That will be all for today. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet subscribed. Okay, bye and have a nice day. See you in the next course.